Hi, I'm James Mitchell from The Advisor, and today we're here with Luis Lucky Velasquez for another edition of One-on-One. Well, thanks for taking the time to be with us, Lucky.
That's okay.
First of all, I just wanted to find out a little bit about your history in
Sure.
mortgage broking. So when did you first get into it?
I was recent, so it's only been a year and a half actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so still a new baby.
Yeah, and what were you doing before?
I was doing a few things actually. I was a trader, because I had so much energy. I was fighting at night, doing cage fighting in Muay Thai, and then I was in Underbelly, did a few scenes there.
Awesome. As an actor?
As an actor, yeah, which was really, really fun. And then ultimately, I had a few friends that was in the mortgage broking game. They were like, Lewis, can you open up one and do one? I was like, yeah, you know what? Not going to hurt. So I left the whole trading stuff and then I became a broker.
Fair enough. So Lion Property Loans is the name of your company?
Correct, yeah.
What made you choose that name?
Lion Property Loans because we're pretty aggressive. Yeah, and obviously lion being a rare species, we just want to be like that guy that yeah, exactly right.
Another thing I wanted to know is that sort of mobile broker strategy.
Sure.
A lot of brokers I speak to, they want to set up a shop front and maybe do a franchise type model. You've gone down the mobile broker side. Well, what's the decision around there?
Everyone's time poor. So, and not only that, but most of our meetings are between 5:30 to say 8:30. Okay. So when they come home, they just want to kind of relax, and we go there, and it's really intimate in that respect. Being that it is intimate, they get to know their daughter's name, their son's name, and the Cocker Spaniel if they have one, and get to know everyone's intimate details. And from there, that's really where I guess our referrals has really come from. That Lewis has come to my house, and we've welcomed him in, and we talked there, and that's exactly the reason why I went to the mobile broker versus just a normal retail front. I
guess it gives more flexibility to the borrowers because rather than having just your opening hours where they need to come and see you, like you said, go and visit them in their own home.
100%. So like, again, most of our meetings are kind of after work hours. People are time poor now, so we still have the online activities, so they can do the applications and all that kind of things. But then when we see them for signing and obviously face to face and consult them, it's always going to be inside the house. Yeah. Again, just from especially where our geographic base is, people just like for us to be there. So it just creates an online-offline relationship. Yep. And again, most importantly, it's really intimate.
Your aggregator is Choice?
Choice, yeah.
And what sort of support have they been giving you?
Awesome, yeah, Choice is fantastic. My BDM is Tim Schneider. The guy's phenomenal. So again, my company was essentially based in Victoria, and it just made more sense to come here to Sydney. My family's here, my missus, she's here. And essentially that was just the transition.
So you relocated the business from Victoria?
When I first started in broking, I had a BDM friend, and he was just like, look, why don't you open up one in Victoria? So we ended up opening one up there, and I said, okay, look, this is fine. I didn't know anyone there, so I started from scratch. And then I came here to Sydney, and suddenly all my friends and family and relatives and everyone was just like, Lewis, can you refinance? Can you help me with the purchase? Can you help me get the investment? Can you help me with the third investment? And from there, it just kind of snowballed. Yep. Hence why it just made more sense to relocate here in Sydney.
Yeah. Do you still have an office in Melbourne?
No. Yeah, we're going to go into a transition where we're going to close Victoria off. Okay. And then have a Victorian present. Yep. And then basically just concentrate here in New South Wales.
Fair enough.
When the business does start to move a little bit forward, then yes, we'll really...
Potential to expand.
Exactly, 100%. Okay.
And I just wanted to ask, as this is a final question,
you've
got lots of energy, lots of personality. And how does that work in terms of your relationships with clients?
Fantastic.
Because a lot of brokers have come from sort of a banking background,
understood,
maybe an accounting background. Do you think having lots of life experience before you got into the profession serves you well when you have those relationships?
They actually love the energy because usually they've sat with mortgage brokers before and they've dealt with bankers before. And for me to come to their lives and really be like, this is what we need to do exactly with that burst of energy, it kind of excites them with the whole process. Like during this process, it's very black and white, and it's nice to splash a little bit of color. Obviously, the whole professional side, yes, we still do that, and most importantly, that's just the mandatory black and white stuff. Yeah. But during this process, it's part of the relationship, and that's exactly what people use us, because number one of service, and most importantly, we treat them like family. We understand them. I understand how you feel. I bleed for my clients, 100%.
I think a lot of people forget this, especially, even ourselves, working in the industry and covering things like commissions and rates and all this sort of stuff. We forget that, the end game is someone's making a giant life event
100%.
by purchasing a property.
Yeah, no, exactly right. And again, you want to be there. You want to be there to support. Like, yes, we're brokers, but we're part-time psychologists in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Again, when I'm inside the house and we're intimate and we're talking and we're understanding and we're laughing and we're doing all that stuff, it creates a strong bond. They understand me as a person, right? That I'm not, the ordinary broker, and that's why they're motivated to actually refer people to me and to the business. So our growth has really been on that. And in terms of our competition, we don't really look at competition at all. I think a lot of brokers try to pick little bits and pieces of competition and they can't really show the true colors. Whereas with us, I just keep running and ride as hard as I can and show exactly who I am and transparent. And that's why people use me.
Perfect. Lewis, thanks very much.
Much love.